interesting one for you.
Okay.
The next one, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5. Don't give too much information too soon.
Do you remember that one date I had?
Yes, I didn't.
I am an oversharer.
Okay.
So I will just say whatever pops into my head.
I've never noticed that about you.
But what do you like when it comes to that kind of thing?
I know I'm very I'm the one listening and doing a lot of listening because then when I'm listening, I can feel their energy. I can tune in and get a lot more. So I'm hearing what's not being said. So it's kind of sneaky. But when you've got like those abilities, why waste them? You know?
That's true. But no, I'm an oversharer, but partly because if they can't cope with a little bit of oversharing.
Well, yeah, exactly.
They're not for me.
Well, no, totally, yeah.
Because so,
Yeah, no, because I'm an open book. Once I can trust somebody and I know where I am with them, that's fair enough. But to know where I am with them, I need to do a little bit of tuning in. But I probably got a good enough idea to be able to go there in the first place. So that's fair enough. So, but unless I always say I take the coaching approach, unless they ask me the question, I don't necessarily get into that conversation. So unless I feel it's necessary or something compels me to share something or something like, usually I'm sharing stuff because it's going to help them. But if I've asked a question, then they obviously want to hear the answer. So that's fine. I'll share alike. But okay. So this next one is kind of I think it's an obvious one. It says make eye contact.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't trust if people look at me too much, because particularly as they're talking, that's frightening. But
yes,
if they are looking at me too much, when they're talking, I'm thinking, you're looking to see if I'm believing some lie that you've either just said or you're about to say.
Oh, that's true. Yes, that's like a program you introduced me to. The series "Lie to Me," isn't it?
Yeah,
he teaches all the techniques, doesn't he? The FBI is the FBI guy.
I mean, they're not all like, not everything in that is completely true, but some of it is.
Yeah.
But no, my dad studied hypnotherapy and part of that, and I used to study it with him. And part of that is looking for certain things, really.
I know what you're talking about. I understand. You are
so
fantastic. I'm glad you did too. I'll give you your 20 quid later. Okay. Next is use proper table manners. That's what I'm trying to say. Elbows on the table.
Oh yeah. Mind you see, I don't mind elbows on the table because there was only one reason for elbows on the table, which was if there's a tablecloth there, you've got a chance of pulling everything off with your elbows.
Yes.
So if there's no tablecloth, I don't mind. If they want to slide across the table by accident and look foolish, that's up to them. But no, I am a stickler for me behaving a certain way at a table.
Yeah.
But I appreciate other people don't think like that, so I'm okay with it, actually.
Yeah, and I always take my cue from other people. So if you're out in a group of people and most of them have got their elbows on the table or resting on in some way, then I'll relax and do it. But when you see everybody sitting politely and back straight and stuff like that, and I'm like, damn, I'm in the wrong crowd, and leave.
I'd rather somebody was comfortable.
Well, yeah, and if they're comfortable doing that or whatever, or there's nothing worse when you think you have to behave a certain way. Or somebody gives you that sort of like, I don't like this and I don't like that. Like they're trying to give you rules and trying to control you from the first minute. I'm just like I remember one guy texted me and he says, yeah, and you need to see about putting more kisses into your text. And I says, well, then you can just, And I says, well, then you can just see my vertical smile as I leave this conversation for good, you know.
And do you know what?
Telling me
We're
that.
going to have to go through the rest of the list
Oh
in
God,
the next episode.
I've got a few minutes left. We've only got one more on the list.
Oh, have we only got one more? Okay.
One more on this list.
Let's have the last one.
The less, and then we'll have to wrap up.
They'll cut that bit.
Yeah, true.
Let's have the last one.
So the last one is expect to pay your share of the bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all right with that.
So how does that work then with two men? Because obviously with a man and a woman, it's kind of like expected the guy. We've had this discussion between women or among, women. Isn't it between two people, among more than two? My mum used to pump it into my head. I'm glad she did. But anyway, no, so if a guy's willing to pay, and it's his way of saying, I'm interested in you, I've had a really good time, there's a good possibility I want to see again.
Yeah.
If he turns around and says, right, it's whatever price. So yeah, that's 12 quid each or whatever it is. If a guy turns around and say that, that's very clearly, I'm not seeing you again. This has been a friend meetup. Or I'm friends only new or whatever. There's sometimes I've offered to pay just to test the waters. I don't mind paying. There's not an issue there. Very rarely do I get somebody saying, no, you pay. Blah, blah. Usually it's a case of, I'll get this. But then sometimes we've gone on to be friends anyway. I don't know.
I think for me, it would, I've got to be honest, it would partly depend. Because if I've ordered, out of politeness, something small, and they're there with lobster and, a load of
champagne,
and a bottle of champagne, and I've had a sip of that champagne, they've had the bottle, I'd be thinking, this is not going to be split in half. But then again, I wouldn't date somebody that I would feel would take advantage anyway.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I just would not do that because I wouldn't take advantage in that way.
And plus somebody eat lobster with champagne. That's just, that's just showing off for all the wrong reasons.
It kind of is, really.
Yeah.
Although I do like lobster.
No, there's nothing wrong with lobster, but on a first date.
Do you know what? On a first date, for me, I think coffee, but a coffee where they also serve meals. So you can then test the water and say, oh, actually, I'm a bit hungry. And if they say, oh, yeah, me too, that means they want to stay longer, you see.
Exactly. Yes, that's how I ended up with my ex-partner in the sense, because we went for originally like a drink. And then after a couple of drinks, he's like, are you hungry? Do you want to stay on and have some food? But we ended up going across the road. He recommended this place and we went there, and that's where it all kicked off. And that's,
you see, I just think if you just start out with a view of coffee.
Start small, no expectations as to what was going to happen. Keep it simple that way. Yeah.
And do you know what? I've just realized I did go on another date since the one I've spoken about. I've just realized I
thought that.
And they wanted a second date, and we were chatting, and then they kept saying, oh, when are you free? And I was like, oh, yeah, we can do this day or this day. Okay, I'll get back to you. And then they sort of vanished into the ether.
But then that's somebody who's just like going through the motions.
And I thought, I don't think perhaps they're ready for something quite yet.
Yeah.
So, and I did wonder when I met them, shame, actually, because they were really, really fun.
Yeah.
Actually. So it was a bit of a shame. But I'm still here.
There you go.
It was a while ago.
He's doing his podcast, He'll see you and say, there you go, I missed out on that. I have to get back. Or maybe he'll be ready now.
I wonder if the people in charge of the emails would actually let me see if somebody sent me the email like that, saying it was me.
I'm sure they would. I'm sure they would.
They probably would, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get them a friend.
Anyway,
we better wrap up. Yes.
we had better. So, Vicky, do you want to run them through? There's sort of like bells to ring and...
Yes, there's Richard's bell dingling down here. There's a subscribe button. There's a Twitter account, Ricky and Vicky Show. Ricky N, the letter M, because we couldn't get and. There wasn't enough characters for that. There's the YouTube, which is where everything goes first anyway. There's Facebook. Where else do we have? We have our email, hello@rickyandvickyshow.com. There's a website coming soon, so everything will be on it anyway, with all bonus videos and tips and things and photos of other stuff we've talked about. Our lists might even be on there in our words of the day. We haven't decided on our formats yet. And that's another executive meeting decisions that we have to make. And what else are we on? Oh, we have podcasts as well, rickyandvickyshow.podbean.com. You can download the MP3s to listen to in the car, on the bus, on the train, plane if you're lucky enough to get on one, or bicycle.
Bicycle.
Motorbike's a bit more difficult to find. It's too noisy. Under the ears into your helmet. That's dangerous. On that happy note.
Yes, on that happy note. Hey everybody, join us next time. Take care, bye-bye. My, you're looking well. Have you been ill?
You're come out in crickets.
I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah, Ricky!
I'm never gonna make it.
Like, run, Ricky, run! Oh.
I see, my life started out as a vague idea.
If you're looking for a sure thing.
Go on without me.
Do you want to have another stab about that?
Hello, princess.
Tickled my fancy all the way.
My mind is frazzled.
How soon can I get to Iceland? Didn't see that coming.